Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back to another vintage baseball card pack opening. Today we're going to go ahead and open up a little more than normal. If you watched my video from last night, you noticed that I had possibly my best baseball card pack opening ever with one single pack getting uh, not one, not two, but three amazing cards out of one pack. 87 Bo Jackson, 87 Maddux, and 87 Barry Bonds, all from Donruss, one from one wax pack. So that has me excited to go ahead and open up some more. We're going to see what we can get here. Do not expect to duplicate that, but hoping to get at least one or two nice cards today here. But we have, as normal, I have my cards stacked in little tiers of what I anticipate as potential best cards out of the packs here. Not always the case. Sometimes we get the best cards from the lower tiers. Sometimes we do strike it big and get a nice pack or two out of the highest potential stacks here. But we're going to go ahead and get started and see what we can find today. We're going to go ahead and start off with the pack that I did miss yesterday. Did not open up one of these, an 88 Topps baseball. Not a lot out of the set here, not one of my favorite sets, but we're going to go ahead and open it up anyway. Looking for Tom Glavine rookies, Matt Williams second-year cards, and just a few other stars here. But we're going to start off with Steve Balboni, Mike Heath, Bo Diaz, Ron Renicky, Lee Lacy, Bob Sebra, Dale Murphy, Propaganda Piece, Bill Wegman, Dave Stewart, Brian Dayett, Jesse Orosco, Mark McLemore, John Cangelosi, Jim Rice, and Tom Troublehorn. So once again, not much out of that set here, but there's really not a lot of value. But I was hoping for a few more bigger names than we got out of that one. But moving right on along, we're going to go to 1990 Donruss again. A lot of great rookies in this set here. Just the set was just so overproduced, it's just not that valuable. But we'll see what we can find in here. We start off with a Carl Yastrzemski puzzle, Mike Fetters, Paul Kilgus, Greg Jeffries, Glenn Braggs, Don Robinson, Rafael Belliard, Gene Harris, Alvin Davis MVP, Bill Doran, Will the Thrill Clark, Devon White, Mike Bielecki, Chuck Krim, Steve Finley, Mike Heath, and Jay Howell. So no great rookies, but a few pretty nice stars in that pack. Going with, let's get this one here, go to that next. We'll start off with 91 Studio. Bagwell rookie is the big one in the set here. And we start off with Dennis Eckersley, Bert Blyleven, Paul Molitor, Milt Kyler, Jose Canseco, Jim Abbott, Candy Maldonado, Scott Chiamparino, Tom Browning, Darren Dalton. So a few big names in that one. Can't complain too much with that pack. All right, now we'll go ahead and do 92 Studio. And we'll start off with Mickey Morandini, Matt Noakes, Denny Nagel, Randy Reddy, Robin Yount, Anthony Young, John Smiley, Tim Burke, Chris Hoyles, Frankie Viola, Dave Justice, and Chuck Finley. So pretty good number of big names in that pack. All right, and now we're going to go ahead to 1988 Score. One of my favorite set designs. I love the color configuration here, just different colors, and the fact that they didn't just do it like a little bit, it's just dramatically different color. So it gives a little bit of a variety there. Looking for Tom Glavine rookies, among a few others. We have Dave Parker, Pat Tabler, Alan Trammell, Terry Pendleton, Mike Krukow, Roger McDowell, Mark Salas, Tommy John, Rance Mullinax, Rupert Jones, Andy Hawkins, Ron Kittle, Bob Dernier, Bruce Bochy, Les Lancaster, Doyle Alexander, and Chili Davis. So a few really good names there, but not much out of that pack. And now we're going to go back to 91 Donruss Series 2. Pretty boring set overall, but we'll see what we can find. We have Don Robinson, Ron Darling, Willie Stargell, puzzle. I guess puzzle, I don't know how you put it in there, but the picture of what the puzzle is. Felix Jose, Steve Searcy, Mike Benjamin rookie, Andy Hawkins, Eddie Murray, Jack Armstrong All-Star, Mike Kingery, Ricky Jordan, Tim Wallach MVP, Mookie Wilson, Greg Vaughn, and Xavier Hernandez. So, yeah, not a lot there, but it's one of the lesser value sets there. And in our final pack of the first stack, we're going with the 1990 Fleer. Not a lot of big rookies in here, but there's a few nice names that hopefully we'll find something. And we start off with a Pirates sticker, Tim Burke, Brett Saberhagen, Carmelo Martinez, Steve Balboni, Rick Rhoden, Jim Abbott, Dave Stieb, Dave Parker, Steve Jeltz, Mike Flanagan, John Smiley, Kirby Puckett, Howard Johnson All-Star insert, and Jeff King. So Kirby Puckett being one of my favorite players of the 80s and early 90s, and Howard Johnson one of my favorite players of all time. That makes that a pretty nice pack for me, but nothing too valuable in that one. All right, so as we start our second stack here, we're going to start off with the 91 Score Series 1. Running out of packs of this one, but we are looking for our first Musina. Hopefully we'll get one out of this box. And that's the main card in here. A few other pretty decent cards, but nothing of significant value in this one. But we go with Willie Blair, Francisco Cabrera, Dana Kicker, Dave Winfield, Jamie Moyer, Chris Hoyles, Ozzie Canseco, Anthony Telford, Shane Mack, Mike Morgan, Edgar Martinez, Sammy Sosa's second-year card, Tim Wallach, Pete Smith, John Smoltz, and Junior Felix. So some pretty big names in there, but not the Musina that I've been hunting for. All right, and we'll go back a couple years to 89 Score, looking for Randy Johnson, Craig Biggio, and a few other rookies. And we have Billy Hatcher, Phil Bradley, Larry Sheets, and Jody Davis, Rick Rhoden, Mackie Sasser, Chris Spire, Mickey Tuttleton, Mark Grace, Jay Howell, Fred VanRique, Bobby Witt, Tommy John, Mike Sharperson, Rob Dibble, and Bill Brennan. So nothing too exciting out of that pack. All right, so now we got a couple packs here, a little later than the normal packs that I open up here. Really don't know a whole lot about what's in these packs, so we'll see what we can find here. Hopefully I won't miss anything good. If I do, please comment and let me know. All right, and we're going to start off with Derek Lee, rookie card. Dave Justice, Tony Gwynn, Spirit of the Game, Mike Lansing. And we have Paul Konerko, Spirit of the Game, Manny Ramirez, Cliff Pollitt, and we have Dean Palmer. It is a 1 of 1,500, but it doesn't look like it's got an individual number on here. And we have Jeff Kent, Esteban Loaiza, and then Mark McGuire of the MLB 99 for the sweepstakes here. All right, and we go to our 2007 Topps Baseball. All right, we have Angel Pagan, Scott Shields, Scott Proctor, home run history, Barry Bonds. And then we have Vladimir Guerrero, All-Star, and an Ichiro, All-Star. So some pretty nice names out of that one. I'm not sure if I'll have to check some of those because I really don't know the value of that set at all. All right, we're going to go to 88 Fleer. Looking for Edgar Martinez rookies, Glavin, and Matt Williams. And I've already pulled one of each of those out of the box here, but hoping for a duplicate here, just with a few packs left before I go to another box. But we have Ted Simmons, Dom Asse, Nolan Ryan, makes this an automatic good pack. Phil Bradley, Jim Lindemann, Tom Brookins, Mark McLemore, Mike Stanley, Will the Thrill Clark, followed by Mark McGwire, so two of the best first basemen of that time. Back to back. Greg Booker, Jody Reed, Roger McDowell, Mike Pagliarulo, and Jose Lean. So with Will Clark and Mark McGwire, second years, those are pretty good cards. So it's a pretty good pack. All right, and we're going to go back to 93 Upper Deck here, Series 1, looking for Mike Piazza, rookies, among others. And we start off with Jimmy Key, Bill Gullickson, Alan Mills, Damian Easley, the dreaded checklist, Chris Hammond, there's a Mike Mussina, Andy Stankiewicz, Todd Froworth, Derek Bell, Darren Lewis, Darrell Hamilton, Rick Sutcliffe, there's a Willie Green rookie, and then we have a Dale Murphy Community Heroes. So nothing too great out of that pack. And moving on, we have 1990 Upper Deck. And looking for Nolan Ryan insert cards. Hopefully find that rare autograph. And then there's a few nice rookies in here, but nothing of significant value. But we can start off with Sean Dunston, Roger Clemens, Gary Gaetti, Terry Mulholland, Steve Searcy, Timmy Jones, who I believe I actually need for my complete set because the card was damaged, Rafael Valdez, Jim Gott, Kent Anderson, John Orton, Rance Mulliniks, Darrell Evans, Vince Coleman Team Checklist, Scott Sanderson, and Harold Baines. Nothing too great out of that one. And then our final card of stack number 2 is final pack of stack number 2 is going to be 88 Donruss. Looking for the Alomar rookie, Tom Glavine, and a few others. Mostly Alomar, since I've never owned one of these cards. All right, we go with the Barry Bonds second year, technically third year. Jeffrey Leonard, Jeff Dedman, Rafael Palmeiro, Dave Magadan, Mike Kingery, John Cerruti, Kent Herbeck. There's Gary Gaetti, Diamond Kings, Tony Fernandez, Keith Atherton, Keith Hernandez, Mark Langston, Paul Nosey, and Glenn Hubbard. Nothing too great there, but it's a couple big names. All right, so as we go to stack number 3, we're going to start off with the 1990 Topps, looking for the Frank Thomas, with the unlikely hope that there might be a no-name on front Frank Thomas in this pack. And we're going to go ahead and start off with Steve Cummings, Marvin Freeman, Francisco Cabrera, Matt Williams, John Cangelosi, Ruben Sierra All-Star, Chris Gwynn, Kent Anderson, Robin Yount, Junior Felix, Ramon Martinez, Ernie Riles, Tony Fossis, Dave Schmidt, Steve Wilson, and Candy Maldonado. So a few big names, but nothing great out of that pack. All right, and still looking for Frank Thomas, but moving on to Bowman. We're going to go to 1990. Bowman, looking for the Frank Thomas rookie, among others. And we start off with the Will Clark artwork card. And then we go to John Tudor, Travis Fryman, rookie, one of my favorite players since he shares the same first name as me. He was a pretty good player himself. Tim Belcher, Alfredo Griffin, Greg Swindell, Mike Henneman, Dave Valley, Kevin Wickender, Alan Anderson, Lee Stevens, Scott Scudder, Chris Myers, Daryl Kyle, who tragically died way too soon with a heart issue, and Darnell Coles. All right, and now we're going to go move on to 1989 Bowman, looking for Ken Griffey Jr. rookies, among others. All right, we start off with a Pete Harnish, Steve Lyons, Tim Flannery, Jerry Brown, and that is Bill Bainey, Lance Parrish, the Mickey Mantle reprint card, Jose Oquendo, Jim Rice, Brooke Jacoby, Ellis Burks, and Paul O'Neill. So, pretty nice cards there. And as we keep moving on along, we're going to go on to 1990 Leaf. So this is Series 1, looking for Ken Griffey Jr. and Sammy Sosa cards, among others. Definitely would have been much more valuable a few years ago before the market changed, but and Sammy Sosa cards dropped in value, but still, hopefully, we'll find one or two of those here. We go with Mark Gubiza, Dwight Gooden, Chet Lemon, Delano DeShields, Corey Snyder, Eddie Murray, Bobby Thigpen, Jim DeShays, Chuck Finley, Mitch Williams, Jody Reed, Pete Smith, Phil Bradley, the dreaded checklist, and Fred McGriff. And we lucked out with two puzzle pieces out of this pack here. So nothing big, but we did get two puzzle pieces, which makes me go, woohoo! Alright, so now we're going to go to our 94 Collector's Choice, starting with Series 1. Let's see what we can find here, hoping for a nice gold signature out of this. We're going to start off with John Crook, Jimmy Key, Greg Olson the catcher, Scott Fletcher, and Jeff McNeely, Tom Bolton with a silver signature, one of my favorite players who on the bench, Tim Bogar, Jason Beret, Domingo Jean, Bill Gullickson, Alex Gonzalez, and Trot Nixon. Trot Nixon was a guy who everybody thought was going to be a superstar. Thinking wrongly. And then we're going to go to Series 2, where we can hopefully find a Derek Jeter or Alex Rodriguez. Would love to find one of them with the signature. And we have Roberto Alomar team checklist, Chuck McElroy, Lenny Dykstra, Chili Davis, Roberto Kelly, Blackjack McDowell, Damian Easley, Norm Charlton, Jack Morris, and that was Pat Listash, team checklist, Kirk Gibson with the signature, and it is a silver signature, so nothing too great out of that one either. And we'll go back to 1990 with Score, looking for Frank Thomas rookies and also the Bo Jackson football baseball. To start off at the back with the Bo Jackson All-Star, so that's automatically a good card, or a good pack in my estimation with a Bo Jackson, and then a Cal Ripken Jr. on the front, so definitely a good start to the pack. We have Walt Weiss, Jeff Treadway, Clay Parker, Don Paul, Carney Lansford, Steve Hosey, Mike Smithson, Joey Albert Bell, Jerry Reed, Pete O'Brien, Tim Burstus, Kent Anderson, Brian Dubois, Todd Stottlemyre, and then the Bo Jackson All-Star. So, not a bad pack there. Nothing too great, but some sentimental favorites. And now we're going to go over to a 1991 Upper Deck, looking for Mike Mussina. Did pull a Chipper Jones last night, so that lessens the chances of getting a chipper, but there is still that chance, as well as looking for Michael Jordan SP1 as the highlight here, and then maybe a Nolan Ryan autograph. Unlikely. But we go with Mike Hartley, Jeff Hewson, Alan Anderson, Sid Fernandez, Greg Briley, John Tudor, and that is a Gary Guy Eddie team checklist, Joe McGrane, Ken Caminiti, Atlanta Braves hologram, Rafael Naboa, Jim DeShays, Marty Barrett, Danny Tartabull, and Chuck Crum. So nothing too great out of that pack. So now we're going to move on to our fourth stack. There's a couple duplicates here of higher potential cards. I do have an 86 Donruss here. If you followed these videos, I'm pretty certain this is a searched box, so I'm not really anticipating anything big, but that'll make it even more sweeter if I do pull something here. But I'm almost certain that this is a searched box already. Alright, but we're going to start off with the Hank Aaron puzzle piece. Ed Romero, Darrell Evans, Mike Laga, Mickey Hatcher, Johnny Ray, Dennis Martinez, Pete Rose, Goose Gossage, Eddie Murray, Brian Fisher, Rick Manning, Mario Soto, Ron Guidry, Matt Young, and Phil Niekro. So I found a few names like Pete Rose and Dwight Goodens and Kirby Puckett, but not enough of the stars in here for me to think that box was not searched, which is very depressing, but not unexpected. Alright, so now we're going to go to 89 Donruss. I'm almost through this box here. Have not pulled a Griffey, which would be my second box in a row without a Griffey if I go all the way through. So I'm really hoping I pull one out of these last few packs here. We start off with a Warren Spahn puzzle piece. Jim Welander, Tom Prince, Rafael Palmeiro, Andres Thomas, Jeff Parrott, Frank DePino, Doug Jennings, Dave Valley, Kirk McCaskill, Harold Reynolds, Gerald Perry, Ed Hearn, Don August, Mark Lemke, and Rick Sutcliffe. So once again, Griffey has eluded me. Starting to wonder if that one might have been searched at some point, but who knows. Alright, so now we're going to go to 2 packs of 91 Bowman, looking for quite a few big rookies in here. Haven't pulled too much out yet. I do have a Chipper Jones, still looking for Jim Thome, Von Rodriguez, Jeff Bagwell, several others there. Got a broken piece of gum in here. So we'll see what we can find. Hopefully get something to break the streak of bad Bowman packs. We've got John Smiley, Steve Sachs, Wes Chamberlain, Luis Polonia, Norm Charlton, Bill Kruger, Gary Varsho, Stan Javier, Eddie Murray, Lloyd Mosby, Charlie Huff, the Ageless Wonder, Tom Henke, John Cerruti, and Robin Yount. So once again, not a whole lot there. And we'll go back to our second Bowman pack. See what we can find here. Robert Einhorn, who I've never heard of before. Rob Dibble, Jay Buhner. There's the Deion Sanders card. Aaron Holbert, Scott Sanderson, Kerry Woodson, Bo Allred, Jose Offerman, Andy Benes, Greg Maddux, Joe Baver, Tim Costo, and Tom Gordon. So some pretty big names, but nothing to value in these packs. Alright, so now we'll go to the 87 Donruss that I had amazing success last night with. Lessens the hope that we'll get something good, but still hopeful that since they were all in one pack that we'll still get some pretty decent cards out of the rest of the packs. And we start off with Roberto Clemente puzzle piece. Then we go Barry Jones, Mike Stanley, David Palmer, Ron Darling, Greg Walker, Mark Thurmond, Luis Aquino, Corey Snyder, John Moses, Rich Dotson, Eric King, Sean Dunston, Jack Morris Diamond Kings, Mike Flanagan, and Bill Allman. So, as good as that last pack that I opened up, that one was equally as bad. Alright, so now we go to pack number 2 of 87 Donruss. I did open up one bad pack yesterday before I opened up the big one, so let's see if that strikes again. And once again, the Roberto Clemente. We have Rob Woodard, Marty Barrett, Pat Clements, Andy McGaffigan, Carlton Fisk, Scott Gereltz, Kevin Mitchell second year, Stan Javier, Jose De Leon, Jerry Mumphrey, Ed Correa, John Stefero, John Miserak, Wayne Tolson, and Jeff Leonard. So 2 packs that are more forgetful than others. Alright, so our final 2 packs, hope of something decent today. We have 89 Fleer. If you've watched my videos, you know I do have error boxes of these right now, so there is potential for the Bill Ripken error. Have not pulled any Randy Johnsons yet. These are out of 2 separate boxes, so it's hard to say what we're going to find. But also looking for the Ken Griffey Jr. rookies. Just looking for something good out of this one since I haven't opened up hardly anything at all today. But we're going to start out with an American League and National League sticker set. We have Jeff Kunkel, Jeff Parrott, George Brett, Greg Harris, Rick Roden. There's a Biggio rookie, so that's definitely the nicest card I've opened up so far. Johnny Ray, Kelly Gruber, Eric Plunk, Von Hayes, Eric Eichhorn, or Mark Eichhorn, I should say, Junior Ortiz, Jeff Reardon, the dreaded checklist, and Vicente Palacios. So finally got something to be a little excited about. The Craig Biggio, even though it's not a great card. Still a nice rookie to pull. And in our last pack of the day, we have Cincinnati Red sticker, Bill McGuire, Todd Worrell with a oddity printing error there, Bob Stanley, Darrell Boston, Herm Winningham, Otis Nixon, Alvin Davis, Brett Butler, Tom Brookins. That should have Mike Heath information on the back, which we do, proving that this is an error pack. Not a very valuable error, but still a pretty neat one. Fernando Valenzuela, Mark Williamson, Juan Agosto, Dave Stewart, Sandy Alomar Jr., which would have been an exciting card to open up in '89, Steve Shields, and Shane Rawley. So nothing too exciting today. Did get a nice error and Biggio rookie. So those are the 2 highlights of my packs today. So even though it's nowhere near as exciting as some of my other openings, I do appreciate everybody stopping in and taking time to watch. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you have not already done so, and please come back soon and watch me open up more packs here. Please leave comments. If there's any packs you'd like to see me open, any cards that I may have missed, please let me know. But hopefully we'll see you again soon. But thanks again for stopping in, and have a great Wednesday.